It's Friday, March 10, and time for your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Kmar Jordan. Good morning and glad to have you with us. Well, at the time when the Barbados economy is down and out, the international ratings agency Moody's delivers another nasty blow. On top of lowering the island's bond and issuer ratings to Caa3, Moody's is warning international creditors that if government does not change course now, it could default on its debts over the next 2 to 3 years. The New York-based firm says the island's ballooning debt, which stands at 111% of the gross domestic product, poses a severe credit risk. Moody's further warns that a default could also result from the central bank's recent reluctance to meet the government's money demands. However, the ratings agency is assuring creditors that even with the Barbados dollar under severe pressure, there is limited exposure for them in the event of a change in the exchange rate. Well, the doom and gloom of the Moody's report is not enough to shake the confidence of two of the island's top investors. Local businessman Busy Williams and Jamaican hotel magnate Gordon Butch Stewart are not about to pack up their bags and run for the hills. In fact, Mr. Williams tells Barbados Today he has a major project in the pipeline and is determined to play his part in halting the economic slide.
We are focusing our attention on foreign exchange earning industry investments, because we believe that the island needs to earn more foreign exchange. And our objective is to earn or save more foreign exchange than we use. That has been our objective for a long time, but we are more focused on it now than ever.
As for Mr. Stewart, he's not fazed by the grim economic outlook either. The hotelier says now is not the time to give up on the country, and he's confident that Barbados will overcome the challenges and return to a path of growth.
If everybody gets concerned, then Barbados will never come out of the problem. I mean, I live in Jamaica. We have had upgrades and downgrades for many years. You don't want downgrades, but when you have them, you can't run away. And so we'll button down and try to make things better. I would give any investor maximum assurance. Barbados has a sterling history of being able for investors to rely upon.
But opposition leader Mia Motley says the latest downgrade is all the more reason for Barbadians to join her party's March of National Disgust on Saturday. She charges that Prime Minister Frendel Stewart is clearly out of his depth, and she's calling on him to simply shut up and drive.
My fellow Barbadians, I ask you to come out on Saturday afternoon in Jubilee Gardens and show this government that you are fed up with their indifference, fed up with their incompetent management of our great country. We need to show them that we've had enough. These downgrades are but the most recent tangible evidence of how far down the totem pole that Frendel Stewart and this government has taken us. It is not our fault that this government has brought us to our knees, but it will be our fault if we remain on our knees.
In other news, the island's newest political party, the Citizen Action Partnership, that's CAP, says it has one goal and it has nothing to do with the opposition Barbados Labour Party. CAP, which includes former members of the BLP, is rubbishing suggestions that they have returned to the political fray to upset the Motley-led BLP's chances of winning the next government. At yesterday's launch, party chairman Wendell Callender, who's a former BLP cabinet minister, says nothing could be farther from the truth.
If you're negative, you think negatively. We have met and we are positive that we can win enough seats to make ourselves a formidable group to be able to make the necessary change that Barbados needs. We are just saying up front what we are doing, and there are lots more things behind there. So we believe that we will be appealing to the public enough that they will make a choice to make sure that we are the viable and dominant group in the next Parliament of Barbados.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only 225, 220. Who? For what? That's the bear stale news. I don't read about that from Barbados Today since last night. That can't only can't do. 220. Who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, former Guyanese government ministers and senior officials of the People's Progressive Party are being questioned by the Special Organized Crime Unit. This as investigations continue into a controversial land deal. It is alleged that the former high-profile officials used state resources to construct its trafficking homes. Former Education Minister Priya Manik-Chan was among those interrogated, and she emerged declaring her innocence.
So I built a house, I developed the house and the land, and then I sold the property. When I did that, to be able to sell the property, I had to get something called compliance, which means that I would have had to comply with all the legal procedures. So yes, I would have paid my capital gains.
And it's not only former government officials who are being interviewed by SOCO. The Director of Public Prosecutions, Shelley Marhack, and Presidential Advisor and former GDF Chief of Staff, Gary Best, will also be appearing before SOCO. On Tuesday, former President Barrett Jackday and former head of the Presidential Secretariat, Dr. Roger Luncheon, former Natural Resources Minister Robert Persaud, and Chairman of the Guyana Gold Board were all arrested by the Special Organized Crime Unit.
On the international scene, South Korea's Constitutional Court will rule today on whether the South Korean president will be impeached. She was first impeached by the parliament, you remember, in December at the height of allegations that she shared government information with a confidant who used it for personal gain. We get more now in this CNN report.
Elected on an anti-corruption ticket, Park Geun-hye swore she'd clean up South Korean politics. Almost 4 years later, she's at the centre of an unprecedented scandal. Thousands are calling for her resignation. A bow, a brief apology, followed by a comprehensive cabinet reshuffle. An attempt to shift focus from the fact she shared confidential documents with a confidant who is now accused of peddling influence for personal gain. Chae Sun-sil has apologised for, quote, committing a deadly sin, although she denies the charges against her.
And on that note, we end our morning news update, but there's more news online at www.barbadostoday.bb. Remember, you can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates, or you can like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi medium bus terminals if you're moving around Barbados today, or Screenplay in a supermarket or a gas station near you. Also, check us out on Channel 99, that's Flow TV, or Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Kamar Jordan. Have a good morning and do be safe out there.